Right. Are we live? Yes, we are. All right, legends. Welcome to another live stream. Let me just put the music here softly in the background. Price is dropping. Everyone is panicking. I thought when I saw the price drop, I was busy with so many other things today. But when I saw the price drop, I thought, okay, let me do a quick little live stream. Okay. Let's just stay calm, guys. Let's just stay calm. For those of you that did buy the dip, you must be panicking right now, especially if you did not apply good risk management. Okay, so let's do a little bit of technical analysis here on the price of Bitcoin. And I must say, legends, it's a little bit, it's a teeny weeny little bit confusing over here because we have different wicks on different exchanges. So to do Fibonacci and trend-based fib extensions is becoming a little bit tricky over here because, you know, where do you look for the bounce? Do I take the Binance chart over here and I put it there and I say, okay, well, I'm going to watch these levels for a bounce. Definitely, we're getting a reaction at the moment at the 0.5. Are we going to bounce at the 0.618? Are we going to bounce at the 786? And then I go to the Coinbase chart also on the 1 hour, and then I'm like, oh, we're almost at the lows. Are we going to claim the low? So close. Okay, I think we've actually tapped a flat target, if I'm not mistaken, which increases the probabilities we're going to claim the low, right? 0.88 has been claimed. Okay, and when you claim the 0.88, you increase the probabilities of taking that low. So, you know, guys, I'm not going to joke, well, lie, not that I lie, but it is very difficult to do analysis when you have different information on different charts. Bybit has a different week. Binance has another week. Coinbase has another week. For the sake of simplicity, I'm going to use the Coinbase chart for now. Okay, because it seems that all Coinbase pairs, from an altcoin perspective, from a Bitcoin perspective, took the least amount of damage. So it would be nice if we can at least claim the low on Coinbase. Okay, it would be nice if we can claim the low on Coinbase. And as per the thumbnail, the most important level to the downside, okay, this is what I need to share, guys. I'm not going to beat around the bush, okay? I'm just going to get straight into it. Is if I go to the 8-hour time frame and I look at this entire structure, okay, this entire impulse here to the upside, let's just keep it simple, okay, from the low to the high, okay, we have the 0.382, which we have not claimed, which is considered a minimum target for a bounce. After an impulse, you at least want to tap the 0.382 before you see continuation back to the upside. We're almost there. On Coinbase, we front run that zone. I know on other exchanges we have tapped the level. I'm just using Coinbase because for now it seems like the most accurate pair that I can find. Okay, and now you will also see, well, I also have a green little box over here, something that I've just shared with the Legends Pro community. I also have a green little box. Why do I have that green little box? Because when you see momentum to the downside, you need to start ripping out the big guns, okay? So, big gun for me is if I switch on the VRVP, you will see that we have an extreme high volume node over here, just below the 0.382. So this zone is definitely a zone where I will be paying attention to. If things get absolutely crazy to the downside, well, we have the point of control over here. Okay, SFP from the low, definitely an area where I will be paying attention. Right, I'm not sure we're going to get that low for now. Okay, first level, because from experience, I suppose, for lack of a better word, from an experience perspective, I have noticed that once you created a low and a high, usually when you tap the first major Fibonacci level, you get a nice reaction. Okay, so that will basically be you swing the lows, you bounce inside of volume, which is going to be a tough nut to crack, and you get at least... Okay, I'm not saying it's just going to do this, guys. You get at least a relief bounce. And I want to trade the relief bounce. Okay, perhaps maybe to come and claim this high once again. So from a higher time frame perspective, I know my camera has died, guys. I'm not sure why my camera does that. Okay. I know my camera has died. I'm not going to bother to try and fix it now. Let me just see if I can just maybe just not remove it yet at the moment. Let me do this. Switch the screens. There we go. Not that one. There we go. So you guys can still see my screen crispy clean. Not sure why my camera has died. It always does this for some reason. Okay, it flakes out on me. Okay, when it comes back, I will put it back, guys. But you can still hear me at least. You can see my screen. So let me continue without my pretty face here on the live stream. Okay, don't worry about the cam. Thanks, Nico. Yes. Right, I don't want to end the stream, reset everything, and then restart the stream. I'm just going to carry on here, guys, because I mean, the most important thing is technical analysis here at the end of the day. So what I can also do is switch on my studio lights so that I don't get a headache while I do these live streams. Okay, so let's just continue. Okay, high volume node, high volume node. Okay, we have this teeny weeny one that's sticking out here. So it's definitely areas that I will be paying attention to. Now, okay, quite interesting. Why did we get the bounce right over there? Okay, as you know, guys, I love me some fib extension levels. So if I zoom into the smaller time frames, maybe even the 5-minute time frame, this is a level that I was watching. Okay, let me just clean up the chart over here. Right, so I was just looking at this structure here to the downside. On the 5-minute time frame, when I take a trend-based fib, not that one. Oops, not that one. I did have it somewhere. Let's just draw it again. From the high to the low. And you guessed it. Where did we get the bounce? At the 1.618. At the 1.618 is where we, for now, got the bounce. SFP. So for me, from a trading perspective, I love me some levels here to the downside because I can get in with good risk management, and if I'm wrong, I get stopped out at break even. If I'm right, well, then I've got an entry, my position is protected, and I just enjoy the momentum to the upside. So in this little small local structure, this is now what I'm looking for, guys, because I know that everyone, okay, everyone that I've seen on social media and on YouTube wants this low to be claimed. Which actually it just makes sense. Let's just claim the damn low here on the Coinbase chart. Let's just claim the damn low. And what if we come close and we don't claim it? And this is why I was looking at this little impulse here to the downside. So back here onto the 5-minute time frame. Okay, the one thing about the bounce that I do not like is, for now, it looks like a 3-wave structure, guys. It looks like a 1, 2, 3. You still need a 4. You still need a 5 if you're going to create impulses back to the downside. 5-wave move, 3-wave corrective structure, guys. I'm not going to count this move in detail. Okay, I'm not going to stuff around on the 5-minute, 1-minute time frame to try and figure out, well, is this a 5-wave move? I'm just going to say, well, for now, it looks like a 3-wave move. Okay. Highest amount of volume in the recent move to the downside. So maybe that's your 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It could be an A, B, C, and then we start turning around. Anyways, guys, just to show you that, you know, these are the levels that I'm paying attention to. But there's the 0.382. It would be nice to claim the low and find support inside of the green box. Okay, so now for invalidation or for confirmation that we could potentially move higher, okay, what I would like to see is the following. You take a fib from this pivot to the lows, okay, and if price wants to move higher without claiming this low again, it needs to tap the 0.618. That would be my confirmation. So if price can come up and claim the 0.618, there's a good chance that the low could be in for now. And everyone waiting for the low to be claimed, okay, at the 0.382 or find support in the green box will be left behind in the short term. Okay, but I do see a little bit of bearish CVD building up. So there's a good chance that we are forming a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 still to the downside. Then the danger of a 5-wave structure is that you could always get a 3-wave corrective structure up and you continue the momentum to the downside. Okay, so we need to pay, well, I'm going to, if we do form another low over here, if we do form another low over here and we have a 5-wave structure to the downside and we create a 3-wave structure to the upside, that is where it becomes very dangerous. Okay, basically price can just fall from where it is right now. Right, legends. So, I mean, this structure or these weeks to the downside, I mean, I also saw on Coinbase we had this week, and then on Binance we didn't have that week. Like, where's the week? It's no week there. Okay, so I'm just sticking to the Coinbase chart for now to make the technical analysis very, very simple. Right, also, you know, guys, I'm just doing some Fibonacci pulls because I have to work with the structure that I have. Okay, the wicks to the downside is very confusing and I cannot really take them into consideration. Another Fib pool that looks interesting to me is on the 15-minute time frame. Okay, and these gives me trading opportunities, it gives me trading ideas, and I will see what happens when price finds these levels and how does it react at these levels. Okay, here's another one that I'm currently watching at the moment. And the reason I like these Fib pools is because from a backtesting perspective, you want to see a reaction at each level. We got a reaction at the 0.618. Nice little reaction, lost the level. We got a small reaction on the small time frames at the 786. Now we got a reaction at the 0.9. So if it comes down, it claims the 1-to-1 extension. Basically, it's going to claim, okay, I want to see it claim the low. Right, claim the low, get acceptance back above. Well, that's a trading opportunity, but I would really like this zone to be claimed, guys. But I'm just trying to discuss a front running opportunity because we all know that the market loves to front run. Perhaps there's just too many eyes on this level. Okay, or we get the front run like I've just highlighted on the smaller time frame. So we need to go and tap the 0.618, like I've highlighted, to invalidate an impulse to the downside. We need to tap this little 618. Okay. And you can see where price is currently rejecting is at the 0.382, which is a very valid target for a 4th wave. So if this is a 1, 2, 3, 4 and it falls, well, that's a 4th wave target. 50% is a 4th wave target. 0.618 is an invalidation for 4th wave. And then you're looking at corrective structures, which is, okay, what you want to see for a little bit of a relief rally to the upside. So not easy, guys. This range has really not been easy. Okay, I saw Andy also posted a message inside of our Legends Pro community this morning saying that he's just not trading this range at the moment. It's just too confusing. It's too complex. It hasn't hit the areas that he is waiting for, either a short or a long. And at the moment, it's in the middle. Right. So for most traders, this is a no trade zone. Okay, especially from a swing trading perspective. If you're a scalper and you're trading here the 5-minute, 15-minute time frame, by all means. I mean, there was many levels to keep an eye on. Right, so these are the levels that I'm watching. I just wanted to give everyone a couple of levels to keep an eye on. Just want to see something else over here. If this is, you see now, this little wicks. These little wicks are the problem, guys. These little wicks. Okay, because I'm going to get way different levels depending on which exchange I use to do the technical analysis on here. Okay, so just a quick little recap, guys. Higher time frame. Okay, this is the most interesting zone for me at the moment from a higher time frame perspective. We have a high volume node. We have the 0.382. Regardless of what happens here on the smaller time frames, you know, this is an area where I will be looking for a bounce. Even maybe a SFP from that little low over there. High volume node. Okay, if I just bring some more price action in here, you'll be able to see. Okay, also point of control. So still a lot of support to the downside. A lot of support to the downside. Also, something that I wanted to highlight is that, let me see if I have it here. Daily levels, weekly levels, point of controls. If I zoom in over here, Let me just switch this VRVP off. So in Confluence, with that little support box that I've just highlighted, we have a daily level. We have a daily naked point of control inside, okay? Daily level on top, naked point of control at the bottom. So if price does roll over here, definitely I can consider these levels as swing failure levels. Remember, guys, if price slices through like a hot knife through butter, like what happened here, okay, if price just falls, it's below my area of interest, I am not interested. Okay, then I'll pay attention to the 50% and to the next level and to the next level. And based on the reaction, I can make a trading decision. The one thing that I do not want to see, okay, which is bothering me at the moment, is if I go here to CVD, we have bearish CV, well, we had local bearish CVD building up between these two pivots. It now got invalidated. So just want to see something. Yeah, that got invalidated. Okay, but I ideally do not want to see CVD shoot to the upside like this, okay, while price is not even close to these highs. Okay, you just don't want to form bearish CVD. Okay, and while price was climbing up here, before it even claimed this pivot, it was creating local bearish CVD, massive bearish CVD. And I don't like to jump into longs when I see that, guys. Okay, unless you played the swing failure pattern from the 1.618, like I've just highlighted. Currently building a little bit of a bull flaggy over here. Okay, that is basically what I wanted to discuss, guys. I just wanted to do a quick little update. So what I'll do now is I will go through some comments. And maybe before I jump into the comments, let me just wrap this up. Let me clean up the chart, take the dailies out the way. Fibonacci's, I just want to clean up the chart here ever so slightly. So from a structural perspective, unfortunately on Coinbase, okay, well, let me take this the lowest pivot over here. We did not tap the 0.618. Okay, and now, you know, in some exchanges we have a larger wick to the downside. So now which 0.618 do we consider? Okay, but on the Coinbase chart, we did not tap the 0.618, which means you could have a 1 1 2 3 4 5 4 5. We could still form a structure to the downside with the highest amount of volume in the third wave, and then we get the bounce back to the upside. So a 5-wave structure to the downside is still very much valid at the moment. Okay, depending on which exchange you use, you do your technical analysis. But I mean, I would have ideally liked the 0.618 to be claimed on Coinbase as well, which it did not. It front run the area ever so slightly. Okay, right, let me go through some comments. Man, it's so hard to understand without seeing him. Yeah, guys, I don't know why my camera... Wait. Let me try. Maybe my... Let me see. Ooh, I'm back, boys. Ladies and gentlemen, I am back. Let me do this. Ooh, lights are back. For some reason, my camera decided to... let's work again. There we go, guys. You can see me now. Boy, oh boy. Thanks for the update, Dewald. Perfect. Absolute pleasure, man. Damn, these weeks from last Friday are making things difficult. It is. It really is, guys. From a trading perspective... Okay, the only trade I got into, and I told the pro community, I'm not trading today because I'm busy with other things. And then this happened, okay? This is what happened. I saw it and I was just like, okay, well, I'm going to give it a shot. High chance of being stopped out, but at least I'm not losing anything because my position is already protected. I saw the dump here to the downside. I just took a fib from the high to the low, to the high, and then I saw each level got a reaction. Look at this, okay? 618, look at the reaction. It fell 1-to-1 extension, it got a reaction, it bounced, and then it fell again. That's what I mean by a reaction. 1.236, it got a reaction. 1.382, it got a reaction. And then when it tapped the 1.618, I was like, okay, this is the trade that I took. I had my stop loss below the low, it went up, claimed this high, which was my TP1 area, so I already took profits, and now my position is protected, slightly above, so I will get stopped out with this little profit and at break even, no loss, so I can attempt these trades with good risk management. Okay, I'm not just adding and price falls down and I add and price falls down and I add. No, guys, that's not how you trade. Okay, that is the perfect recipe to wreck your account, okay, to add. I'd rather take the knock. Okay, with profits. Right, so that's a small little scalp trade that I got in today. Nothing major, guys. It's like a 0.5 position that I opened up there. Very, very small. Just gave it the benefit of the doubt. I knew, you know, the 1.618 is usually like a little magic number. Okay, we did invalidate the bearish CVD. We're still trading below the level. We haven't tapped the 0.618, so it's not great. Okay, so, and this is why, you know, when we claimed this little pivot, right, I was looking at this little pivot. When we claimed that little pivot, that's where I took profits. Okay, still have some of the position open. Position is protected. If I get stopped out, you know the levels that I've mentioned that we need to watch to the downside. Okay, I was just on Koen's live, man. Also, like ICP, VetRV were cooking, but now they are cooked. Yes, I haven't watched Koen's live stream, unfortunately. I'm glad he's doing a little bit of altcoin analysis. What I have seen from some of the alts, especially when you look at the Coinbase pairs, is that some of them still have intact structures, and it looks like corrective structures still to the downside, where other ones, yeah, does not look so good. Does not look so good at all. Right? What a great looking rooster. Rooster, where's the rooster? Thanks very much, Dewald. Always absolute pleasure, man. Remember, guys, to smash up that like button. Yeah, I agree. Wait for the market to confirm either down or up from this range. No trades. 100% agree. Guys, you do not have to FOMO into trades. I know retail, dumb money, okay, whatever you want to call them, I know that they have FOMO. Because I know the sentiment out there is that most of the damage has been done. So they just FOMO back into trades. Okay. And now with this dump, I'm telling you now, they are shitting themselves, thinking that, okay, most of the damage was done. It's only up from here. And now look at where price is. Okay. And there's a good possibility that it's going to go down. And maybe, you know, depending on how much leverage they used or you used or whatever. Okay. It's game over, right? It's game over for your portfolio. And I mean, if the crash from Friday wasn't bad enough, now this is a perfect opportunity to wipe out whatever you had left. Right. Okay. I would wait even if you have to buy a few percent higher. Yes, I would rather wait for confirmation. It's the best thing that you can do is wait for confirmation. So what do I mean by confirmation? So let's look at this impulse to the upside. Okay. Just waiting for it to load up. There we go. Waiting for it to load up. So a confirmation for me, especially on the 15-minute time frame, is that what I would like to see is wherever the bottom is. So let's say for argument's sake, we go and claim the low and price does this. I'm very happy to stay out of the market, even if price is here, because everything that creates a 5-wave structure has to have a 3-wave corrective structure. So when I see 5 waves up, I will wait for the correction. And if it's a 3-wave structure, that is where I will get in. From a swing trading perspective, I'm not talking about day trading, guys. Day trading, you can scalp the ranges like I've just done over here. Okay, you get in, you get out, you take profits, you play small little $500,000 moves. Okay, what you could also do is to say that, okay, well, I don't know Elliott wave theory, I don't know 5-wave structures, I don't know 3-wave structures. Well, then you take a trend, ladies and gentlemen, and you connect all of these highs, okay, and you drag it across, and maybe you can have another trend over here, okay. You wait for the trend. So whatever price wants to do over here, you wait for the break of the trend. You wait for high time frame candles to close above. Stop goes below the low. You see a sign of strength. You take profits on the way up. Maybe it comes back up. It rejects or it breaks out. Okay, now you have already a better entry. You enter. Okay, maybe it does this. Maybe there's a better low to put your stop loss. So you can apply your trading strategy. Okay, so you do not have to be in a camp of, I want to catch this low. Guys, it takes a lot of experience to catch lows. This takes a lot of experience. Okay, and most people get wrecked trying to catch highs and trying to catch lows. I knew that price, when I saw this on the way up, I knew that price was going to turn around at some point. And I actually had a short over there. I played a short right over there. I was in a short trade. And this is where I took profits. I did not expect the momentum, massive momentum to the downside, but that was a good trade for me. Okay, because you have your impulse, you have your mess. Okay, you have your 1 2 1 2 1 2, you have your mess. You have momentum to the upside, and then it starts peaking out, and there was bearish divergence between each peak. There was bearish divergence. Volume was decreasing, so you know that the structure is coming to an end. What we wanted to see, okay, is a beautiful three-wave structure to the downside and continuation. And then we got this mess and short that I did highlight inside of the Legends Pro community, which I didn't take, by the way. I wish I did, but I wasn't in front of the chart when we, when that short played out. And now price is where it is, right? But I guess what I'm trying to say is, who made that comment? Mike's Mind and Matter, a really great comment, is that if your trading strategy, guys, I'm busy putting together this course, okay, and it's absolutely fucking amazing, right? Sorry for my swearing, but it is, guys, is that you do not have to FOMO into trades. You simply apply your trading strategy. You apply the rules around your strategy. It enables you to be robotic, because all you're doing is applying a strategy based on rules and confirmations, whether you should or should not enter. Also based on tick boxes, how much capital you need to deploy. Okay, so one could argue, for now, price is in a no trading zone if the D-line strategy is your strategy. It's in a no trading zone, okay? Unless you play swing failure patterns, which is a different strategy. You wait for price to claim the lows and get acceptance back above. Okay, there's another trading opportunity. Or you can play the SFP from the 0.382 like I've highlighted. Do I still have that level here? Here we go. Okay. What else? Mr. Dutch in the house. Welcome, welcome. Great to see you here. And I saw people were mentioning they were in Kunz's live stream. He was doing some altcoin requests. So great to see you. Yeah, I know you're always there supporting Kunz as well. Caught ETH at 3,865. For now, all good. Hopefully it holds. I mean, if you can get in with good risk management. I haven't actually checked ETH out. Let's go and have a look at ETH. Okay, I'm very curious because I'm very interested in a swing position here on ETH. Okay, the structure looks amazing. Guys, my trading view is just struggling to load up today because I forgot to plug in my wired internet, so I'm running off Wi-Fi at the moment. Wi-Fi is not the greatest. Oof. Just want to see something here. A, B, C, W, X, or A. This could be, okay. Let me just see here. This could be A. This is B. Very much looks like a 5-wave structure, by the way. This is your C. Okay. Not pretty, but what I want to see is if I take a trend-based fib from the high. Just want to see where we're getting the bounce. What I would like to see, guys, there's a chance that this is the low. Okay. There's definitely the chance that this is the low. As per my previous analysis, there's a chance that this is a 1, 2, 3, 4, and we make one more high. The 0.382 has been tapped, and the 0.5, okay, this whole zone is 4th wave targets, as long as you do not claim the 0.618. So not incredibly bullish if you're still expecting one more leg to the upside, depending on whether it's extended 5th wave. Personally, what I would like to see, okay, this is just my preference, guys. What I would like to see as a trader, okay, is for the correction to finish after the 0.382, because then that opens the door for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It's the end of the impulse, and this is all still part of a corrective structure that's correcting this impulse, which makes the bounce way more bullish than just one more fifth leg to the upside. Because you have to remember, guys, after, okay, I love to educate, guys, after a 1 and a 2, you get a 3, a 4, and a 5, of which your third wave is the strongest and most impulsive to the upside. So what I'm trying to show you over here is that we either dealing with this, which is the best case scenario, but I want the corrective structure to finish after the 0.382, which it has not. It made the low before the 0.382. Because now, if price moves up, okay, then you are looking at this. Not so great, okay, unless you get an extended fifth wave to the upside. I don't know what, I don't have a crystal ball, guys. I don't know what's going to happen over here, but it would be strange from a timing perspective to create a third wave to the upside without finishing the correction after the minimum requirement. Time is never an invalidation, but it does impact probabilities. So if price starts climbing here, I would rather label this a fifth wave than a third impulsive wave to the upside that can absolutely rock it, guys. But I mean, to give you an idea, if it's a fifth wave, maybe you're looking at $5,000, $6,000. Okay, unless it's an extended fifth wave. But if it's a third wave, okay, this is where things get crazy. You take your trend-based fib from the low to the high to wherever the low is going to be. Okay, guys, you're looking at insane targets because the 1.618 is regarded as a minimum third wave target. Well, not minimum, common. Let me just correct myself. As long as the third wave is longer, okay, than your first wave, it makes sense. So, yeah, by the 1.236, 1.618. Okay, so that's the difference. If this is the low, we could have a rally that takes us here. If the correction can continue, then we're looking at potential more bullish targets to the upside. So I just now want to zoom here onto the smaller 15-minute time frame. I just want to, I'm going to wait again for this damn thing to load up. Right, while we wait for that, Steffa has the ball. Steffa, you need to share that ball with me. What is happening? Steffa has the crystal ball. Happy to see you, Dewald. Seems like I'm a little late to the party. Well, the party is not over yet, okay? There is still time to get into whatever you need to get into. You just need to wait for confirmation. I just want to see what happened here to the upside. Well, if I ignore this, guys, if I ignore the noise over here, because it's this structure that's confusing, and I just look at this pivot, well, now this actually does look very sexy as a 5-wave move to the upside. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. This looks like a part of a corrective structure, and it could continue to the upside. So on the smaller time frames, it actually looks great, right? It really looks great. You could maybe have your trend for confirmation if you missed the long. Okay, you could have your trend. Maybe that's a little bit of a fake out to wait for the break of the trend. And what I also just want to see is currently at the 786. Yeah, not an easy one, guys, unless you take, you see, it's this week making things a little bit confusing. Right, just want to see, where did we get the bounce? At the golden pocket. If you're planning a swing trade, right, these levels are great because you can get in, okay, get the bounce. Great risk management. It would be nice to actually get a bounce into this zone over here. Just want to see something. If I just want to see where's the most volume inside of this range. Oh, perfect confluence here with a 7 Fibonacci. It would be great for price to, if Bitcoin takes another dump to do this, Find support at the point of control, 0.786. Also very interested. I will be very interested in a long over here. Or you could just wait for the break of the trend. Okay, let price do whatever it wants to do. If it goes down and it claims that low again, well, then at least we know the correction will be done after the 0.382, which then opens up the door for insane price action. Not guaranteed, but it opens up the door, which is great. Okay. Right. I wish I'm so good at trading as Dewald. You'll get there. You'll get there, guys. You'll get there. Definitely you'll get there. With enough practice and discipline, you will definitely get there. Okay, legends, that is basically what I have here at the moment. Remember, if you'd like to come and trade with the best exchanges, Bluffin, Weeks, BTCC, links are always down in the description if you'd like to join our Legends Pro community. Andy was very active inside of the Pro community today. Unfortunately, I couldn't because I was busy with other things. This is where you join. Right. Cool, legends. That's unfortunately all I have time for today. I just want to see what is the Coinbase chart doing over here. I think I need to start doing all of my analysis on the Coinbase chart, guys, because all other exchanges got absolutely hammered, and then Coinbase just took it like a big boy. Okay, right, still hovering at that level. Thanks, Dewald. Thanks, Mr. Mark Dutch. Quality as always. Cheers. Thanks for your time, brother. Jeroen, thanks for joining the stream. Dewald, I hope you will be live tomorrow as well. And yes, I will definitely, Blazing Fury, I will definitely, I think I will definitely be live tomorrow. I love to end off the week in terms of what happened during the week. So I will, I will at least try and do a short live stream if I don't have time. And if I do have time, I can do a little bit of a longer live stream. Maybe look at some altcoins as well, like Koens did today. Legends, have yourselves an amazing evening. Until the next one, cheers for now.